Hello YouTube, welcome back to another game of Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This is going to be the fourth quarterfinal from our Dreamhack 2016, sorry. So we're about to complete the tournament. There's only two more matchups and then the grand final remaining. So let's jump straight into this one. It's Serral versus viOLet. It's a Zerg versus Zerg, so the second one from the quarterfinal. Let's see how this one turns out. So on the top right hand side, and by the way, scores are going to be displayed for previous games shortly, so if you have missed those, I really recommend going and seeing those. On the top right hand side here, Serral spawning as the blue Zerg from team mYinsanity, and he is from Finland. His opponent, spawning on the bottom left hand side here of Dusk Towers, is going to be viOLet. viOLet is from team EnVyUs, and he is from South Korea. So let's see how we start off here. Looks like there is a bit of variation in the builds as you can see here. So we've got gas and spawning pool coming down from viOLet first, and Serral has actually gone for a hatchery first. So gonna be interesting to see where this develops to. This kind of means that viOLet might be interested in some sort of early aggression. It wasn't a 12 and 13 pool and gas, but still gonna be very early with his Zerglings. So gonna be interesting to see how that one turns out. Looks like he is going for his base right now as well, so maybe not going to be an all-in, that's for sure. But bringing up those Zerglings, it's quite a good practice to do against in Zerg versus Zerg, because if your opponent rushes you, it's very, very difficult to actually hold it off if you're not prepared for it. Whereas if you have the spawning pool available already, then at least you have the ability to create Zerglings very, very shortly afterwards. So let's see, what have we got here? Zerglings on the way, there's metabolic boost on the way also. And Serral's going to have his timing for his spawning pool pretty much perfect for the gas. So just about perfect, absolutely perfect. It looks like he is continuing to drone for now. So he's not thinking too much aggression, he's thinking more, okay, I'm going to macro up, I'm going to get myself some economy. Get that rolling. And of course, the better your economy is rolling, the better you're going to start doing in the mid game. So it looks like the metabolic boost timings are not too far off. Looks like viOLet getting a few extra Zerglings on top of Serral. So obviously he's started off with the spawning pool first. He wants to have more units, and then obviously punish the fact that there was a third base going down from Serral. If he doesn't do that, then you know yourself, it could result in him falling behind, and if tech falls behind as well, he could very well lose the game quite easily there. So these Zerglings on their way out, let's follow them around, see where they go, what they do, and we'll go on a little adventure here. There we go, metabolic boost complete. So viOLet has his metabolic boost first. Is probably going to make it to his opponent's base, but there is banelings being created as well. Now, where are those banelings I want to see? They're actually right here. Wait, is that them? No, they're right behind the gas there. So a little bit hidden, and two more being created as well. Now, he might be able to pick those off, but there's the other two banelings coming on his way. And let's see, a lot of those banelings actually getting taken out with that one baneling hit. So quite a good defense here from Serral, doing really, really good. And I think that he's going to have absolutely no problem holding off here. I mean, he's got a lot of Zerglings. He's got himself some banelings. And viOLet has pretty much nothing to counter off against that. So all he's doing right now, creating roaches to counter. Or not counter, but rather continue with his army production. Has got himself a lair on the way as well. So we'll see how that is going to turn out. And the counterattack coming in from Serral. Now, this amount of Zerglings will definitely be enough to take out this amount of roaches. So these roaches, unfortunately, are going to be forfeit right now. Losing two of those pretty much straight off. You got banelings in the back, following up as well. A third roach going down here. This is so good for Serral right now. He's managed to pick off 3 roaches, and is he going to get a few workers off as well? No, it does look like he is getting killed. Oh, the banelings, they did actually hit inside the main base. So 7 workers taken out with those. Unfortunately, I missed those, but 7 workers with, I believe those are 3 banelings. So doing quite well there to pick those off. And let's see, we've got an Evo chamber coming down for Serral. So obviously thinking about those upgrades. and of course the third base. Both of them actually going for that third base right now, so not trying to fall too far behind the... Oh, did I just spot a lair and a spire? So a spire going down here for viOLet, which of course is not going to be spotted for quite some time until more units are going to be over here, or of course an overlord would also make sense. So we've got 2 gases, 4 gases on the way. Now, because these 2 gases were started so late, he's not going to be able to get a huge amount of Mutalisks out. He will probably get about 5 or 6 initially, and then after that he might produce more depending on how well, of course, he does, and if those Mutalisks actually get spotted pretty early on. So as you can see here, Serral continued to drone. He got his second base fully saturated at this point. Third base not quite there, but it is getting there slowly. I'm going to quickly double check that this has not been spotted. No, it hasn't. I mean, there was pretty much no way of getting there. But let's see how this one turns out. Got Zerglings running down. Are they going to sneak in? No, there's roaches in the way. Going to prevent any sort of scouting going down. And at this point, Serral is probably going to be like, okay, either he's just blocking because he's been, you know, careful, of course, Banelings, Zerglings, or he could be hiding something. And he is indeed, so going to be interesting to see, will that be spotted? Oh, he is going towards the spire. He's going to spot it any moment now. And there it is. Now, by the time he spots the spire, there's already Mutalisks on the field. So right now, as you can see, he queues up pretty much immediately spore crawlers, and he's putting down a lot. There's 2 here, there's 1 here, there's a total of 3 over there, and 2 over here. So he is overcompensating like crazy right now. Look at this, he's got 2 in each base except for the third base. He's got 3 in total there. So that is a lot of minerals to spend on anti-air. Now as you can see, viOLet is investing a bit of more resources into that upgrade. Level 1 attack is being researched. And he's moving straight into here. Now there is a total of 7 there. So let's see how much damage he manages to pull off with that. As you can see, a lot of spore crawlers in position already. And honestly, I think because there are so many, these Mutalisks are going to be in a lot of hurt trying to actually do some damage, something significant. I think his best bet is probably to go around like this and just snipe off 1 or 2 workers in each base before he gets in range. Oh, and there we go, Zerglings running in, sniping off a few of those workers. Not getting a whole lot done, but of course every sort of economic harassment that you can get off is quite important. We do have a Nidus Canal coming down here on the other hand. And this is a blue Nidus Canal. Now, as you can see, Mutalisks already in position are seeing this pretty much immediately. I'm going to start taking this out. The transfusion's going down and queens are in place. Is this going to be an all-in? Honestly, I don't know, because queens being brought in like this typically means that, oh, actually, it's not all of them. He's still got 3 queens inside his bases, so definitely does have the production capabilities still. And there we go, the engagement. Corrosive pile is going down. Almost snipes off the Nidus Worm, but not quite getting it. Now, even if he does snipe it off, it's not going to be that significant since there is one just a little bit away over here. So let's see, the army supply is favoring viOLet. Mutalisks have already been taken out, and as you can see here, all the units being loaded back into the Nidus Canal. I believe he's probably going to put up another one inside of the base or something like that, just to try to get away from this army. But there is creep spread pretty much everywhere other than in between these 2 bases, so even if he puts it inside the base, he will be able to get his units, or viOLet will be able to reinforce his units pretty quickly. And this army now starting to move across. It's quite a scary army. There's only 1 Mutalisk, but that's 1 more Mutalisk than Serral, so I think he should be just fine. And let's see what the scary army is going to do. 101 to 82 is the engagement. Oh, baiting some of those units into corrosive piles. Some nice plays there. And any sort of damage that he can get off right now is going to be to his benefit, of course. Now this expansion getting spotted out pretty much immediately. And here we go. We've got a big army here. 131 supply to 100. Just under 100. So if he moves out here, he would be in a good position to take the game. But of course, by the time he gets across the map, he might just be even with his opponent. And of course, micro is going to be a big factor in these outcomes. Now, Serral looks like he's building himself a bunch of mutalisks. So in response to viOLet's mutalisk earlier, building a bunch of his own. And that's very, very interesting because at this point, I believe, yeah, there we go. viOLet only has one remaining. The one mutalisk that was flying with the army. And that is very significant because there's very little anti-air right now. As you can see, he does have a few hydralisks, but that is not going to be enough to deal with 10 mutalisks. And let's see, the concave is going to be very quickly favoring viOLet once he actually spreads his units out. And there we go. Going around, there is mutalisks in the fray. Let's see where this goes right now. And I think that viOLet, he's underestimating his force size. He does have quite a few units. And he's moving straight in there. The mutalisks are still in the air. Oh, a nice corrosive bile actually hit them. I think he took about 3 of them out immediately there. And he is starting to move forward with his army. He does not have any anti-air, but he will be able to take out the ground forces at least. Now, he probably wants to back off very, very shortly. But we're going to see where this turns out. There's only a few of these mutalisks remaining. 4 of them on the field right now. And this is finally being cleaned up. Now 22 roaches and 15 hydras are on the way here for viOLet. So he will be able to come to defend off against this once it is up. This hydra is then coming down for Serral. And looks like Serral getting himself the level 1 carapace for mutalisks. That's quite an interesting upgrade considering he's only got about 4 mutalisks left. And he's not actually producing any more. So probably a little bit of a waste of resources, I think. And let's see, there's a lot of hydralisks here. Those mutalisks are going to have absolutely no chance right now. Deciding to pick off just a few of these roaches. And it's actually quite a good move. Any bit that you can pick off without losing anything is going to be of great benefit for you. And here we go, lurkers being created as well. There was a lurker den being created a while ago. I did spot it, but just didn't say anything about it because it was during the fight. It's going to be all about this next engagement. The Zerg versus Zerg army. Looks like we've got a little bit of damage going off somewhere. Oh, it's mutalisks. There they are. There's no anti-air. viOLet never managed to get anti-air for himself. So that is definitely quite important that he missed that. And I'll leave those mutalisks alone there. The main engagement going down here. Lurkers in the back of viOLet's army. He is going to be so dominant in this fight simply because of those lurkers. They're going to be nuking away from behind, free to do whatever they want unless they don't get moved forward. And he has got this army 120 to 60 supply right now. He has more than double, and Serral GGing out, and that is pretty much that for game number 1. Quite good engagements here from viOLet, deciding to go, okay, I'm going to just go all in with all of these ground units. Screw the mutalisks in my base. I don't care. They're not going to do much damage. They might destroy a few mineral lines, but they're not going to, force him to GG out when he's got such a dominating army. So that's pretty much that for game number 1. And that is it for game number 1. Of course, I hope you have enjoyed this, and thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. That was viOLet taking game number 1 between these 2 Zerg Titans. I hope you have enjoyed it again, and that's pretty much it. Good luck, take care, and don't forget to leave the video a nice big thumbs up. Bye bye.